Hello everyone, this is Helen H. and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. I hope everyone is doing well today. It's been a few days since I've made a video. I apologize for that, but I'm here now and I'm going to be working in this journal. Now this journal is the one that when I got Birdie's Happy Mail, she had this chenille. This is going to go around here, but I don't want to put it on right now because I want to actually work in the journal today. So I will be putting that on the spine to cover this dark part. But this journal was inspired by Robin Marie Smith's salvaged journal course that she had, and so I'm just going to be working in this. Now, I was greatly inspired to do this by Robin Marie Smith and also Birdie, or Amy from Birdie the Recycled Hippie Chick, because she's just been working in her book. She was inspired by someone else. I watched that lady's video and I was inspired again. So we're just going to be smushing paint and doing some things in the journal. This is a three signature journal. I kept mine very small because, you know, I'll be adding stuff to it and whatever, but I find that if I make really huge journals, I get bored with them and I never finish them. So I decided to make it a smaller, you know, less number of pages. So anyway, let's get started. You can go ahead and get something to work on. If you've got a journal, just get some paint or some whatever, and let's just get started. I've got, I do have some parchment paper here. I need new parchment paper because pieces to separate my wet pages, because this might be kind of loud. I'm sorry. Ugh, if I can do it. Ooh, come on. Because otherwise I used for a different project, and I'm actually going to be using them in the project. So I need some new ones, new pieces here. I should have done this before. I apologize. I am looking out my craft room window here to a beautiful autumn scene. There's lots of leaves falling down and so on and so forth. And I can see 4 deer in the back here. I think that'll be fine if I just do it sideways, but I'm just going to put these aside for right now until I need them. Okay, so I'm just going to be doing some random things. Like, I've already done some stuff to this, like I've glued some papers down and whatever on top of things, but I might glue more. Here's a little piece of washi I stuck down that I can see is coming up. So, oops. Oh no, are we going to do this glue stick thing again where every one of my glue sticks is not working? This was actually an afterthought to put that piece of washi down. That's why I hadn't taped it. But I'm just going to look for pages where I think I might want to stick something, like right here. I might want to put something lighter on there. Now I do have, it's out of your view, but I do have a box of what do you call it, scraps, just little scrappy pieces and so on and so forth. So let's just take some I'll try to keep it in frame, but it's just, we all have this, right? We all have these boxes of just scraps and whatever. So I'm just gonna, and like Birdie says in her video, you know, we're just playing. We just want to keep it light. We want to just play, and that's very important that we do that. So, and you know, unless you are a commercial artist, you know, who is selling your paintings or something, you don't have to be so precious with your work. You know what I'm saying? You can just do whatever, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing forever. Now, I don't really care for this dark blue that I made, this background paper that's in here with the dark blue. So I'm just going to put a couple pieces of paper on top, just kind of to cover a lot of that blue. Now I can use paint, and I probably will use paint also, but let's just use some different random things here. This is a piece, and I have some pages in here. When I did my book haul, this page right here, which is so awesome, and so I have such a small area to work. This one right here and this right here, these are from one of those big how to paint books, and this is the end of that book also. I mean, it's just awesome. These were the how to do the watercolors paintings and stuff. So Now, I don't even like to throw my tiny little scraps away. I just, because that might find a home somewhere, right? If it gets too out of control at some time, you can give yourself permission to toss some stuff. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to find something. And I do keep smaller boxes for little pieces like this. And I use these in my gratitude journal just to border my day's gratitudes or just to add some little texture to those. Yeah. So we've got this page here, and this is a color book page here that I sewed up into a little pocket so I can stick something in there. So we can just put something there just so I remember. Well, let's not use that because most likely I will. Let's just use this bottom part of that page just to remind myself that there is a pocket there. But I think first I'm going to put some color on there. I do have some paint, some of my cheap paint over here. And I'm just going to grab a color and we're just going to use it. Let's use this pink here. And I've got my professional palette here. Well, 2 coffee lids. I love these. And the thing is, I just pulled off of this dried paint comes off of these so easily so that you can, you know what, I could actually staple this into a journal. I'm probably not going to throw that away. But let's just go ahead and put a little pink paint down and let's see what we can do. Alrighty, let's get a brush, and I have some water here, and I've got a rag here. So it's just about playing, right? It's just about playing and having fun. And just staying loose and, you know, whatever. So, what have I been up to? Oh, yesterday we went, Mr. Moss Cottage and I went to, I have a glass of water up here to drink. I have to make sure I am not putting my paintbrush in my glass of water. I do that all the time, by the way. But anyway, Mr. Moss Cottage and I went to the pop-up little cafe yesterday afternoon. That's at the Highland Center. It's like the community center thing. And we had some pastries. What did we have? Oh, we both had a piece of lemon cake that this, like a big lemon cake this lady makes. Oh my gosh, it was so good. So we did that, and the farmer's market was actually inside because it's cooler now, and yeah, so they moved the farmer's market inside. See, this right here is just a piece of this paper here is just like this. It's newsprint. That was a paper on the bottom, and I just stuck this in to remind me that it's in there. So let's go ahead and, now, just to let you know, I'm not doing any focal points today. I'm just putting some background pieces on. We'll keep going with this and working on the collage and whatever, but right now I'm just trying to get on something on the pages to start. And you know, if you do this, if you I know you can't see me, I'm just using glue stick here. I'm trying to keep everything in frame, but I really don't have a lot of room here. If you okay, I've lost that train of thought. Something about, you know, just layering, you know, just keep putting stuff down on top of each other. And it doesn't matter if things get covered up either, right? That doesn't matter. All right, I have one more piece of this stuff. So let's go ahead and just stick it here. So let's see how little thought. This is just really about being intuitive and just playing, right? Because Bertie was talking about when we were a kid, didn't you just play? You didn't care that when you colored a picture, the sun was blue, you know, and the grass was purple. But people would tell you, oh no, the sun has to be yellow and the grass has to be green, right? But no, it doesn't. You just do what you want to do, right? That's where the fun is doing that. This piece, you can barely see it, but it does have very little tiny pieces of, or splatters of paint on it. I don't want to waste it. We don't want to waste our painty papers. Those for me are just precious, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that on just like that for no reason whatsoever. And maybe on the back side, let's put some paint. I've got the pink paint out, but let's use a different color. Why not? Let's use what color, Helen? Pick a color. Let's go with brown. Okay, we're gonna go with brown. Now, I know with this cheap paint set that I have, one of the browns I really don't like because it's almost like brownie. It's this one. I don't like this one. It looks like it's brownie purple, but I've done it now, so I'm gonna go. Can you see that? I don't know if the camera picks it up. It's not like brown. It's like purpley brown. And I am not a purple person, so yeah, not a fan. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna have to change tacks. I'll use that paint on my palette. I'll use that for oh wait, which one was it? Was it this? I can't remember which one was that. I'm gonna use it for my underneath blotter paint. Okay, this one's no better. Now, was this the one I just said I didn't like? There's 3 browns in this set, and this is just horrendous. Am I putting the same one? Is this the same one? Yes, that's the same one. Oh my gosh. Okay, stop putting them next to each other, Helen. That's the problem. Okay, we're not doing brown. This is stressing me out. I'm trying to be having fun. Okay, let's just stick that in there, and that can be covered up. So I'm not fussed about that. Let me just get this and put that in there. That's gone. Okay. I don't know if you can tell. This is a coffee stained paper here, or coffee dyed paper with that had a stencil on it, but there's a piece of masking tape right here. Let's go ahead and get rid of that and put some pink on the masking tape. Now you can see where the masking tape is, right? Okay. This is just an envelope that I wanted in there, so I just glued a piece of paper to the envelope so that I could sew it into the spine, if that makes any sense. Let's see what we can stick on there. Just picking stuff. Ooh, this is interesting. No, don't want that. Oh, I actually like the back better. Okay, this has, like, this is from an Ideals magazine. I know it is. I can tell by the paper. This is an old Ideals magazine. It's got that thick newsprint kind of feel. It's very matte. Let's put it that way. So, this is a photo, but this is drawing, so I'm just going to put that there. It's funny. I just did what I laugh at. I mean, not laugh at them, but laugh with them, because I totally get it. When I'm watching people do a video and they're doing a collage or something, and they put a piece of paper like up here, then they put glue on it and end up sticking it down here instead of up there where they tested it. I do that all the time, but I think that's fun because that's like working intuitively, right? Here's a piece of tissue paper that has flowers on it. Let's glue that down. Let's put that on this side somewhere. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's just put it right there. Now, where I'm putting down these papers first, I will probably cover some of that with paint again. This, I don't know if you can tell, it's got a picture. It's old vintage stationery paper. This was a piece of collage paper that I made with napkin and tissue paper anyway. I'm not going to put anything on that one. Let's put something. What else do we have here? I've got, oh, I know. Okay, Helen, you've got right next to you. I have a whole thing of painting papers and fodder papers next to me here. I can put some of those down. Let's use some of this. This was from my one of my painty paper videos. Let's go ahead and put some of this down. Just adding random colors and whatever. Now, if you watch Birdie's video, and actually the person, she was inspired by Beatrice Helton. They are more grungy. They use more muted colors or whatever. And I do that sometimes, but I also do like to have some fun colors. Okay, so I've got a bunch of black and white mark making. Well, so I have a turquoise one on front, and I'm telling you I have black and white. I do. I've got tons of black and white papers that I made. different things on. Some of these are, like this is my own stamp here. I just used rickrack. I made a stamp using a piece of rickrack. That's kind of cool. This is just scribbly, just dots. And then I also did it on some book page. I think for right now, I'm going to use the book page because these are going to be like underneath pieces, I'm thinking. So I want them a little bit more stable, and then after I put color on and then I want to put something on top, then I might use some of the other pieces, but who knows, you know, I'm just gonna glue some stuff. I just want to have fun. I just want to have, girls just want to have fun, right? Well, and guys too. We all of us arty people like to have fun, right? All right, when you can't have fun with your art, then you're doing the wrong art, I think, or you've got the wrong mindset. I don't know. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go ahead and put some yellow on there. I'm just going to put just a little bit of yellow on there for no reason other than I want to. All right, let's use another wax paper. I'm sorry, I know that's terribly loud. I just don't want my pages sticking together, so that's why I'm doing it. So this is a pocket here, so I've got something in here. So what I did was, see, the envelope was open on this side anyway, but it's very hard to get something in and out this way, so I just went ahead and sliced off the bottom anyway, and so this whole thing shows, and it just slides in like that. But I'm probably not going to deal with that thing right now. And I might not deal with every page. I'm just going through and seeing what I might want to do here. Let's go ahead and take some of this. I am going to break my rule and just use some of this purpley, or turquoise, not purple, turquoise paper, tissue. This is, you know, just tissue paper, the white tissue paper from the Dollar Tree. And I just, you know, painted on it. And I used acrylic paints. The reason I used acrylics because I knew I'd be doing things over them. And if you use watercolor, of course, every time you add something, it's going to reactivate. Add a wet medium, it's going to reactivate the paint. Okay, that's good. See here, I don't know if you can tell, I stapled a piece of pattern paper up there. And I don't know why. This is just so dark here. I just don't like that. So what I might do is take some more yellow and try and make that a little lighter. Just smooshing it in. Because if you're having fun with paint, you got to use your fingers at some times. And trust me, these hands are not so precious. My nails are not so precious that I can't do this. Let's get some on that thing. Just smooshing and having fun. Let's go ahead and, while I have it, let's put a little pink in there too. So, are those deer still out there? I'm looking out the window to see if they're still there. It's hard to see because they are pretty well camouflaged. It was we had four does, young does too, small ones. So I think that they were four like teenagers, maybe out for the, I don't know, maybe they went out for the night because now I'm just going to use, I don't like this dark here. So let me just tell you what I did. I don't like the, you know, this blue and black. I've told you that. But I had tons of sheets of this scrapbook paper that a friend gave me, like more than I could ever use. And it's not my favorite either. So I used yucky scrapbook paper. I used the other side to make mark making paper. I mean, this one just didn't turn out well, but that's something you can do. If you have scrapbook paper you don't like, you can use that as your mark making paper. And if you don't even want to see it ever, you know, that ever again, you can tear this piece up and stick it on other things and you'll never see the side you don't like, right? So I've got my gesso here. I try to keep the top on a little bit. And I just want to, see, this is a cheap gesso too. Don't buy these cheap gessos. If you're gonna, the one I have at the other house and this one are both super cheap. If you're gonna invest in gesso, get a good one. It's worth the money. This is crap. This is just like white acrylic paint. You know, I mean, I could just use white acrylic paint. This one is Art Smith, and I'm not sure where I got that from. Maybe Walmart. I know one I got at Walmart and one I got at Joann. And I don't like them at all. I think they're just garbage. Next, but I want to use them, you know, because I don't want to waste my money. But yeah, that's not worth it to me to use that. So let that dry. There's another page of that watercolor paper. All right, and here's the second signature. So I've got some vellum here. I don't know if I can actually paint on vellum. I've never tried. Let's try. Let's try and see if we can paint on vellum. Let's use green. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm not the only person who's... Oh, yes, you can paint on vellum. Oh, cool. Let's put some green down with the finger tool. And maybe what we're going to do is also use some... I still have some of that purpley brown. Let's use a little bit of that. And then let's use some of this yellow. Okay. Oops. I just got yellow paint on my pants. It's okay. My pants are not precious either. All right, so we're just going to do this. Smooshing the colors together. Like that. Okay. All right. I'm going from the back here, pulling these pieces out, these tissues out, and just moving them to the front. Okay, I'm only going to paint one side of the vellum because it is going to bleed through. That's just a piece of paper that has a rainbow on it. Hold on, let me just wipe my hands. I don't want everything to have that color. Okay, so I still have this little piece of paper here that has writing on it, that other tiny little piece from the ideals. So I'm just going to stick it on here. And that will be covered for sure at some time. This is a piece of my painty paper. I'm just going to leave that for right now. This is just this. Let's go ahead and get something else on here. What do we... Oh, look at this. Oh, this is nice. Look, this, I forgot I had this. This is an under paper right here. So it's an under paper, but like when I made rings and stuff, I just did that on it too. So let's just go ahead and use a piece of this. Oh, I love this. This is awesome. Let's just use it. Should we put it on this page? Yeah, this page is kind of boring. Let's go ahead and put this whole big piece on. Yeah, let's go ahead and put this piece on. So just play, guys. It's all about playing, you know. You can look at other people's videos, and please do, to get inspiration, you know, for something like a technique that you want to try or something. But don't put yourself under pressure to produce something that they've produced. You have your own style, and you need to find out what that is. You know, you can use ideas from other people. You know what I want to do now, I think, is put a piece of this black. I want a little bit of black and white on there too. You just develop your own style and see what you like, and play and just have fun. This, I'll tell you, well, I don't need to tell you all that the world has gone crazy, right? This is a great way to unwind, is to just glue paper to paper, splotch some paint on if you want to, you know, just relax. And with no rules, no one's telling you what to do. See, now this here, I flipped this one up here too. I think what I might do is go ahead... No, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm not going to make that a pocket. What I'm going to do is just make this some kind of dooley-wop like that. Like this. Just a flap. So what I'm going to do, though, is get my stapler and just put a staple in here. There. Okay. That's kind of cool because you can see the layers. And that's what I really want with this book. I don't want even pages. See how everything's like... different sizes, different widths, you know, whatever. That's really what I'm going for this one. All right, so this page here looks like it can use some help. It's just brown with this black pattern on it. So let's go ahead and add some color to this. I know what color I haven't used is red. Let's use some red on this one. Yeah, so this is the way you can get away from it all, is to just play and have fun. Okay, not your drinking water, Helen. So yeah, so I know a lot of you are experiencing really warm weather right now, or maybe have been, and then it's dropping cold. It's going to be really, it's been like in the 70s here, and Monday I think it's going to drop like a rock. The temperature is going to go way down, but we're enjoying this beautiful weather right now because it's just perfect to go outside. Now I'm not hiking because the weather's so nice. I'm just going through this pile next to me here. The weather is so nice that the bears are going to be out looking for something to eat, and I don't want to be what they're looking for. They won't eat me, but anyway, I don't hike by myself. Here's a piece of, this is shiny, but that's okay. It's a piece of a book I have that has all kinds of crochet trim. I want this on here. Let's just stick it up there. This book is going to have everything in it, and that's the whole point of this. I think the course is called Salvaged Journal or something. And yeah, so I'm just salvaging these pieces from this basket here. Now, Birdie, you asked in your video, can you ever use up the scraps? No, you can't, because what happens is you just make more, right? Like, so I tore something, now I've got a smaller scrap of that very paper, right? I don't think, unless you stop, only made yourself use what you have in a certain, here's another piece of that little trim paper. It's cute. Only if you use, like, all I can use is this until this is completely gone. I can't use anything else until I use everything in here. There's no way you're going to get anything, because you just keep adding more scraps and you just keep making more. No. I'm trying not to think about it, but I do know what I do and don't want, right? I mean, you can kind of put stuff down. This is just a piece of, yeah, kind of like that. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper that has marbling on it. Oh, do I like that color better? Yeah, I actually like the other side. This is a two-sided paper, scrapbook paper. Okay, again, I forgot what I was saying. See, this is the dangerous mind right here. Okay. I think I have, oh, I've got red on there still. I didn't mean to have that on there. Okay. I know this is not one of my most entertaining videos. Don't leave me a comment. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. But I just wanted to show you that as we work on this journal, you'll see stuff coming out of it. I mean, right now it's a mess, right? It's just a mess, but it will get better. It will get more layered and more collaged and everything, but you got to start somewhere. And actually, this is one, to me, is one of the most fun parts, because it is the messy, carefree. Oh, this needs help. Look at this. This is just plain old book page. So we're just going to smush some more of the red on there. I promise you, this will get better, but just enjoy, you know, if you're doing this, just enjoy the process. Just be a kid. You know, if you have kids yourself, and you watch them paint or something, you know, you have to not say, oh, you can't paint that color, or you got to stay inside the lines. It's like, no, don't do that to people. Art teachers, and if you're an art teacher, you know, hear me out before I say this. I know art teachers have a job to do, you know, they're teaching art and stuff, but I had an art teachers like in high school and stuff. I just have this piece of cardboard here, corrugated cardboard here, that I had used. You know what? I actually kind of like that. Let's tear a piece of that off. I had an art teacher who was in high school who was actually, I think, very detrimental to my art because she was such a perfectionist and nothing, oh no, you didn't shade that face right and, you know, whatever. And it really turned me off art and made me say, well, I can't do it. You know, I'm not a good artist, you know, but who's to determine? These aren't going to hang in the Louvre anytime soon. I'm not making these for anybody else to see, just for my enjoyment, for the playing, you know, the process of playing itself. So let's get a color. Let's use some, let's use the turquoise I think that we had on here. I'm just going to smoosh some on here. Now I can use this again later, but what I want to do right now is just use some texture from it. Just do that, because why not, right? Let's put some over here too. Okay. All right, and then I'll use that like I did that, you know, just made it into a little tab. That's fun, I think. Okay. I'm not worried about putting, see, this is almost dry. That's not going to stick anymore. I'm not putting, that is almost dry. That was such a little bit of paint. It's only when I'm putting on big pieces of paint or a lot of gluey stuff. See, now this I don't like at all. Because I don't like this gray color. I love black accent, but I don't like that gray color. So I want to really probably try cover that up. Because I do want to like my journal, and I want to like playing in it. But if it's got something like that I really don't like. Here's a piece of paper with a circle on it and a line. I have no idea what that was from, but we're going to use that. See, I don't throw anything away. It was obviously I was making a diagram of something for somebody. I don't know. But since I can't finish a sentence, it's not a surprise. I can't remember what this piece of paper that's been here for a couple weeks is for, right? Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Okay, I still have this little thing hanging around, this other little piece of paper from that scrapbook paper, so we're just going to stick that up there. Okay. Now, I can still see some of that ugly paper, but that's okay. I can deal with that later. That's already kind of painty. Don't need that rainbow. I'll deal with that later. This is a picture from a craft magazine of a crochet doily. See, I glued some paper to the, this is wipe off paper that I went ahead and did some finishing work on, but it's on those big plans for that Walmart, that huge piece of paper, and it's upside down, which I absolutely don't mind, but I just put some paper there. Let's see what else we can stick on there. Oh, look, here's a little piece of graph paper. Let's put that on this side. Let's put this on this side. Actually, let's just put it right here. Let's have it go over. I guess we can do that, right? If I can get it to stop sticking to me. All right, you know what I need to do? I think I need to maybe just crease in here a little bit. Just so it folds properly. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's good. I like that. Here's a piece of that tissue paper that's glued to something else because it's way too thick to be just the tissue paper. Let's put it over here. Okay, let's do this. I'm sorry, I'm not chatty because you can see when I chat and do this, I keep forgetting what I'm saying, which is truly annoying for someone to keep starting a sentence and never finishing like 15 different topics and none of them ever get finished. But if you've ever made a video, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't make videos, you'll have to understand it's not as easy as you think to create and talk at the same time, especially when you're 61. Okay. All right, so I just folded it up over the top so it's on both of these pieces. But since I'm going to come back and glue and paint and do collage and whatever, I can always fix anything that's come up. I think I say that in every video, right? Here's a little flip out that I made here. Put some color on there. Here's, this is at hand. Let's use this again. This is so fun. Finger painting. I actually, one of my memories actually is finger painting when I was in kindergarten. And we had easels for our, you know, to do it. And I just remember that so vividly. And I don't know why. I loved kindergarten though. I truly loved kindergarten. And I think I liked first grade too because we really learned to read. And here I'm dating myself. We did the Dick and Jane readers. And I was just so fascinated with those stories. I thought they were so good. Yeah. Okay, now I know what I want here. I want some black and white. So I've got, let's just use this one because it's on the edge. These papers, these black and white mark making papers, I don't know if I made a video. I might have, I don't know. You can search and see, but these are also very fun to make because you can just scribble and do whatever you want, you know, on them. Oops. This is going to be such a fun journal, but I really am going to try to challenge myself. Birdie, you'll love this. I'm going to challenge myself to use up a lot of what's in this. Now I have one here at the cabin, but I also have one at the other house, so both I will be challenging myself to use. Oh look, I've got some bubble wrap. Let's make some bubble wrap marks. Let's do some in here. You know what? I've got that ugly brown here, and I'm just going to go for it. I'm just doing it. Just making some marks. Random marks. I don't like it because it's got purple in it. I like brown, but I don't like this color brown. I really like brown. I think brown is a great neutral. You know, people always use black and stuff, but I think brown is a great neutral. All right, I'm just going to put that in there for right now. Yeah, here's more of this. This is one of my painting papers, but it's on the back of the Walmart thing. And I see I just sewed some stitches. Can you? I don't know if you can see that. Hold on a second. That fell off somewhere. Can you see? Oops. I just did a little running stitch right through there. So that's fun. Okay. Here's just a plain white piece of paper. That needs to be remedied. A plain white piece of paper. Let's remedy that. Okay, here we go. I have some more paper from a coloring book. That doesn't seem to want to tear very well. Let's put a piece of coloring book on this. I'm going to use the other side. This side has a bird on it, and I really don't want anything, I don't want any like focal points or anything on this at this time, because I'm just gluing. There's that bird, so I got to use that side. I'm just trying to create backgrounds, but I don't want people to get distracted by the birds, or people, meaning myself. So I can just stick that on like that. And see, this has got paint on it. I don't, oh, I guess it came from there. I don't care. That's fine. Some more coffee stain paper. I don't know. See, Robin Marie, she does stitching in her thing. I did some 3 little X's right here, stitching on there. And it's fun to stitch things to your pages, too. I'm going to leave that for now. This might need a little bit of help. What else do we have in here? I was going to say, oh, there's a deer outside on my driveway, but it's not a deer, it's my husband. He's going to the garage to do something. Well, let's put that way. Oh, no straight edges. I don't like straight edges unless it's going against the edge of a page. And even then, you know what? No, we're going to put it here for right now. We'll do this one like that. I'm using stuff up from my bin. I love it. I love it. All right. We're almost done. Yeah, we only have one more page to go here. And do I actually even want to do something there? Maybe not. And see on the back here, on this back, this is tissue paper here that I had made. I had made a pocket just from some under paper. I just folded up into pieces and glued it together and made a little pocket with it. It's got a little piece of washi tape and some scribbling on it. Okay, so that's it. That's all that this video is going to be. Oh, cool. Look, so that gesso stuck to the parchment paper, and when I pulled it off, it kind of made a design in it. Is it still wet enough that I can draw in it? No, it's not. Okay. But anyway, that's something else you can do. You can put gesso on and then use the end of a paintbrush or a toothpick or something and draw in it. Okay, I'm just going to put that one in. So that's it. I'm just painting and just putting some papers in there and whatever. And then we'll go on from there in the next video and do some more stuff to this. Maybe we'll do some, I don't know what we'll do. We're going to do some more play. But if you don't have a journal already made and you're like, well, I want to do this, but I don't, just grab a composition book or any kind of, you know, spiral notebook or something like that, and you can always just glue the pages together just to make them a little more stable if you're going to be using, you know, wet mediums like this. So yeah, so that's it for today. We'll continue on with this. I may play in it a little bit more myself, but we will come back and do more in this salvage journal. So guys, I hope that you had fun. I hope you were playing along. I always like to do that when someone else is playing along, or I'm watching someone's video, I play along. And I hope that you guys do too. So please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And until the next video, I hope you all are truly blessed. Bye-bye.